I'm already falling apart, so. Emotional damage! Hello, welcome to a new vlog. I'm looking a mess and very red. Thank you, camera, for doing that. Hi, it's Friday night. Literally just finished the last vlog, but thought I'd kick off this one because we are starting off this vlog with a 48-hour readathon. I'm so excited. I love me a little readathon, and the only criteria for this readathon is to read 300 pages in order to get all of the little badges and stuff that Steph created for us in her Patreon. I'm so excited. So my big goal this weekend is to try to finish Fool's Errand and also try to record myself reading as much of this as I can so I can try to catch my reactions, because my friends have completely freaked me out with their comments on this book, and I just feel like something horrible is gonna happen. I mean, it's Robin Hobb. Something horrible is gonna happen. She is a trauma queen, okay? She knows how to make me so depressed. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, so I'm hoping to finish this. I'm currently on page 296 of 584. So feels like a bit of a stretch, but if I just dedicate a good chunk of this weekend to reading, we can make it happen. And I'm on my own tomorrow for dinner because my parents have had to reschedule their anniversary dinner several times, and they're finally doing it this weekend. So I'm on my own tomorrow, which I'm kind of excited about. Like, I don't know, I've just been really enjoying staying home and like not interacting with like literally anyone. After how busy like my weeks are, I just don't want to, you know, like I just want to just have some solitude where I don't talk to anybody besides myself and my cats, but that's normal. So that's kind of the plan on that, and I'd like to make some more progress on Words of Radiance because I've kind of dropped that book, but I also feel like DNFing it, honestly, or at least just putting it aside for now because I really am just not in the mood for it. And I feel like I just need to focus on like 1 or 2 books right now, and I'm like in the middle of 4 and it's just driving me crazy. So that's the plan for this weekend. Tomorrow, I think I might make a quick trip to town because I'm getting a little low on fish food. I talked about this at the end of the last vlog, so sorry for being repetitive. But I also want to buy a whole new filter system for my fish tank because I think the motor's dying in the one that I have, because I plugged it in tonight after cleaning the fish tank and it wouldn't turn on, and I don't have a spare, which I don't like not having spare parts for my fish tank because it's vital for their life, because I have a spare like temperature thing, you know, a heater, but I don't have a spare filter thing. So I think I might run to Petco tomorrow and pick that stuff up. And then I need to get gas for my car because she's getting low. And then there was something else on my list. Oh, I was gonna go to Torrid because I broke one of my favorite pairs of sunglasses the other day. And that's why I purposefully buy cheapo sunglasses, because I cannot trust myself with expensive ones, because I literally put them on my bed, which was a dumb idea in the first place. And then I went to bed and I woke up in the middle of the night and like the lenses had popped out. I broke the like, you know, part that goes over your ear, and it's not fixable. So I had to throw them away. And they're like my favorite pair. So I was gonna go to Torrid just for sunglasses. And I love Torrid sunglasses because they're actually wide enough for my giant melon head. So I just need sunglasses. And there's something else I thought I needed. There's like a fourth thing. So there's like 4, oh, trash. I was gonna take my trash to the dump. I don't know if I need to explain that or not, but like where I live, we don't have trash service. You have to take care of it yourself. So that's what I mean when I say I have to take the trash, is like I take my own garbage to the dump instead of having like the city take care of it, because I don't live in the city, if that makes any sense. But anyways, so that's kind of the plan tomorrow. So like that might be like a 9 or 10 a.m. kind of thing. Actually, it probably has to be later because I don't think Torrid's open till like 11. So that's kind of the idea for tomorrow. But otherwise, I just hope to stay home, work on laundry, and read and do crafts. That's really all I want to do this weekend. So yeah, as for this week, I think it's kind of normal-ish. I know my cousin is gonna go stay with my parents for like 2 days because she's been working in a little town in Alaska for the summer, which is really cool. And she just needs a place to stay for like 2 nights before she catches a flight home. So she'll be staying with my parents. And so that'll be cool to see her. I haven't seen her since I moved out. So she's staying in my old room at my parents' house and she hasn't seen my house yet. So I might have to show her, but she's a couple years younger than me, but she's like super cool. We hung out a lot and she's actually the one who made me read the Raven Boys cycle. I read that entire series while she stayed with my parents last time she was here and I loved it, and we got to gush about it because she loves books as much as I do and she's like so cool. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing her. I haven't seen her in a couple years and it'd be cool to show her the house. So I need to get this house in like better shape than it is now. And yeah, that's about it. So I think I want to watch a movie right now. It is almost 10. I'm not that tired. I'm really craving some popcorn and some candy and a big jug of water because, like I said at the end of last week's vlog, I had a very kind of freaky episode tonight that I don't know what happened, but essentially I got extremely dizzy and very weak in the legs, quite literally, during a workout and had to like lay on the floor for a solid like 20 minutes and like my legs couldn't even support my weight. And I was so dizzy, I could barely see. It was really freaky. And so I started hyperventilating because I was freaking out that like, okay, I don't know what's happening to my body right now, but I calmed myself down and I was able to make it upstairs and like lay down for a little bit and I feel okay now, but I'm really freaked out what that was. I don't know. Like, I think I'm too young to be having a stroke, but like, that was weird. So yeah, that's a first and hopefully last time I experienced something like that. And I'm really glad I have my watch and like my phone usually nearby in case something like this were to happen. You know, when you live by yourself, you know, things can happen and that's scary. So anyways, I'm gonna get in bed because I'm tired of not being in bed, I guess. And I will chat with you all later. I might watch Scream 2 because I'm slowly rewatching all of my like favorite scary movies because it is the season, loves. And I would watch Friday the 13th. I feel like I watched one recently, like the first one, and I don't think I liked it. Like I thought it was really boring. Maybe I'm thinking of a different movie. I don't know. So I will pick something to watch and I will chat with you all probably tomorrow. Hello friends. Sorry, my computer is going crazy behind you, but it is Saturday afternoon. I've had a very busy, productive day. It's honestly been quite nice. So I didn't set any alarms today, which is so unlike me. I always set alarms for like 8 or 9 in the morning so I can get up and get my day started. But I've been exhausted for like 2 weeks. I don't know, I forgot how to sleep apparently. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna set no alarms and if whenever I wake up, I'll wake up and it'll be fine. So I didn't wake up till like almost 10 and I went to bed at like 11:30. So your girl got some good sleep and that was very necessary. So I got up and got a couple chores done, and then once it was a little bit later in the morning and I knew things were open, I decided to go into town and I went to the library to pick up my in-person book club pick because I'm really pushing myself to not buy books because I'm just not reading. And like, it wouldn't bother me so much if like I was getting through like 10-15 books a month like I used to, and I was like buying a book or 2 a month. Like that doesn't bother me because I'd be getting through my physical TBR. But because I'm barely able to read anything, I'm just trying not to buy anything. So my number, you know, my physical TBR isn't going up while I'm just not reading, if that makes any sense. So our in-person book club pick is Daughter of Sparta. I was really interested in this one when it first came out a couple years ago, so I'm excited to dive into it. Plus, if I can save money in any way, shape, or form, I'm just gonna borrow books from the library, obviously. So excited to get into this one. We have book club like a whole week earlier than normal, so I only have like 2.5-3 weeks to read this book. So I definitely need to get a jump start on this and get her done. So that's the goal. After I finish Fool's Errand, this will be my next read. So what other updates do I have? So yeah, I went to town and I picked up more fish food for my fish. I was gonna buy them another like filter system because the one that I have, the motor, I don't know, it wouldn't turn on yesterday when I cleaned the fish tank, and I took the whole thing apart and put it back together and it seems to work now. So like, I don't know if there was something clogging it or what, but out of sheer anxiety, I just ordered another one because my Petco didn't have the exact one that I have and I didn't want to mess around with a new one. So I decided to just, like, a new system. I just bought the same exact filter off Amazon. And so I ordered that while I was in line, and then I went to Torrid specifically for a pair of sunglasses because I recently broke one of my absolute favorite pairs, and I ended up leaving with like a whole bunch of clothes, but they were having 60% off clearance. And I'm like, well, I gotta go look. And there was this skirt that I fell in love with. Like, I had walked by at one point and I looked in and I fell in love with the skirt. It's so cute. It has little cacti on it and cowboy hats and boots, and it's just adorable, but it was so expensive full price. I'm like, I'm not paying that. I got it today for 20 bucks. Okay, you cannot resist that, all right? And there was a couple other things, and I specifically got 2 pairs of shorts because I realized, you know, I'm going to Florida in February next year and I really don't have a lot of shorts. So I got 1 pair of jean shorts. They fit so good. They're actually a little too big, which is a new problem for me, honestly. And a pair of really cute, like, flowy shorts, and I got a crop top, which I'm obsessed with, and another tank top because it was super cute. And I thought there was something else that I got. I did have to get 2 pairs of sunglasses because it was buy one get one half off regular priced items. So yeah, but I did recently reach another weight loss milestone. So like, I think I had mentioned this in last week's vlog, I'm down 30 pounds. So once I reached that milestone, like, it's not really, it's more the weight than how much weight I've lost that I get a reward, if that makes sense. So the weight that I'm currently at is when I get a reward. So technically I did get that, but I had told myself I'm not going to do that this month because I'm saving for my tattoo, but I just happened to be in Torrid and I couldn't help it. So that happened. And then I thought I went somewhere else, but now I'm not remembering. But yeah, so I got gas for my car, and then I picked up my mom and I coffee and a breakfast sandwich and went and hung out with her for a bit, and then came home, and the cats got a new automatic dry food feeder and they seem to really like it, and I'm really curious to see how it works. It's so nice. Like, it'll be really nice for the cats so they get meals like when I'm not home, because I noticed that they'll eat their breakfast like almost before I'm even out the door in the morning, and so then they don't get any food until 5 o'clock at night. So like a whole 8 hours later. So that's why I'm like, well, maybe if I get them an automatic feeder, they can have their breakfast, and then at like noon they can have another small portion, and then at 5 o'clock they'll get another portion, and then at like 8:30 they can have another portion, and then that'll be it for the night. So we'll see how this goes, and we'll see how I like it. So far it's pretty cool. I can control it all from the app, but I don't like that it's in military time, and I don't think I can change that. So that's actually something I was going to mess with because I've been like really busy this afternoon. I just like got really chaotically doing other things. But my mom gave me all of my nephew and niece's presents for their birthday to store at my house because I'm the one who has the most room. So I put all their presents away in my guest room closet just to keep them away from the cats. And then I forgot about this project that I wanted to hang up some artwork in the guest room, so I whipped out my tools and hung up some artwork down there. And then I also realized I have a hanging TV stand that I've been meaning to put on the wall for literal months, and so I started working on that. But then I realized that I'm missing a 4mm drill bit. I have a drill that my dad gave me, but I don't have the right drill bit. So annoying. So I'm gonna see if I can borrow a drill bit tomorrow from my dad, because I'm pretty sure he has one that I could borrow, and put that critter up on the wall. And I'm pretty sure I found a stud, like, you know, a stud in the wall. I'm pretty sure I found one, but this house I think is made of wood. So I tried to use like a stud finder on my phone, and that obviously didn't work because the studs that are in my house are made of wood. But I'm like 95% sure I found one just like feeling the wall, because this part of the wall feels very, very strong. So I went ahead and marked the spots where I need to make the drill holes, and it's all level, it's perfectly straight, it's It's amazing. And so I'm hoping I can just, you know, zoom with my drill and get that all done. And then I can get my TV on the wall, because I've been meaning to do that for a really long time. So when and if I ever have anyone come stay with me again, the TV will be off the dresser, so they can like use the dresser a bit more, because my TV's been sitting on the dresser and then you can't really use it. It's kind of annoying to me. So that's what I've been doing. Oh, and then I finished my patchwork jacket. So I have this jacket that I bought that I've been sewing iron-on patches on. And so I finally finished that today. My fingers are absolutely killing me. So I've just got a lot of little things, little random things done. And I'm just working on laundry. I'm home alone for dinner, which I'm honestly really excited about. So I can just read and relax the rest of the evening. So that's the plan, babes. So, ow, okay, my neck has like a crick right now. Like, it hurts to turn this way. I don't know why, but I really need to drink some water because I surely have not. And that's the plan. So I'm gonna relax for a while because I've been on my feet running around doing things all day and I haven't relaxed. So I'm gonna pop on a little ambiance room or something for a bit, get some reading done, and then I'll make dinner and then probably watch a show or something. I'm really addicted to the show Perfect Couple on Netflix. It's a very, very addicting show. Like, it's really hard to stop watching. So I think I have 3 episodes left of that. I may try to finish it this weekend. I would say tonight, but that would be like 3 hours of watching. And I do want to get some reading done as well. So I think I'll limit myself to 1 or 2 and then I'll finish it tomorrow. And that's the plan, babes. So I'm gonna get some reading done, chillax, and I will chat with you all when there's more to update on. I could have sworn there was something else I was gonna tell y'all, but it must not have been important enough because my brain is not remembering. So if I'm back in like 3 seconds, you know exactly why. Howdy. I meant to be asleep an extremely long time ago. Hold on, I still have my retainer in. Hold on. There we go. You could probably understand me so much better now. It is at 2 a.m. I haven't stayed up till 2 a.m. and I don't even know how long. But I had to finish The Perfect Couple on Netflix because I got sucked into it. One of my friends at book club talked about it and I'm like, oh, sounds interesting. And I guess it's based off a book. I'm definitely not gonna read the book because I know what happens and I'm guessing it's a thriller. That was such a good show, okay? That was like my perfect show. Drama, intrigue, thriller aspects, twists and turns, and not too long. It was only 6 episodes and they were all fairly not very long, you know, like 45 minutes. The last one, of course, was like longer, but I kind of feel like it has to be. That was out. That was a fantastic show. Highly, highly, highly recommend if you're looking for something new to watch because that was fantastic. But I spent 7 hours on sprints tonight, just unlisted sprints. They're going to be linked down below in this reading vlog description if you would like to go watch them. I thought they were so productive. I got so much done. Didn't get as much reading done as I had wanted, but it kept me on track with laundry and I ate dinner and I got a workout in and I just did a bunch of stuff. And I got a date tomorrow. It's been 3 weeks in the making, I tell you what. So, cause I mean, we tried to make it work on the first week we were talking, and this is the same guy I've been talking to for 3 weeks, okay? So, we tried the first week, didn't work for me, it worked for him, and then the second week it worked for me but didn't work for him, and now this week, tomorrow is Sunday, it seems to work for both of us. Sorry. We're making it happen. So we are going to meet up in that little town that I mentioned where it's like directly between the both of us. It's a bit of a longer drive for me. It's only an hour and a half for him. It's about 2 for me, so like not too bad. He asked me to pick him up something that he's been out of and he can't get where he's working right now. So I'm like, okay, cool, I got you. So, and he's like, I'll pay you back, don't worry. I'm like, works for me. So, I'm excited. I don't know what there is to really do there. Like, there seems to be maybe like 2 or 3 restaurants at most. And hopefully they're open on a Sunday. But I guess we will find out. So, I'm very excited. And it should be fun. So you'll get all the deets tomorrow. So, I finally got him to agree to a time because the last week we tried to plan this, we didn't have a time, and that really bothered me because I'm like, okay, I need a specific time, okay? Because I gotta work on Monday and I gotta be able to, you know, be able to get home in time to like get ready for bed and all that. So that's the plan. Is I'm gonna leave here at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 1 or 2, more than likely 1, to go pick up the few things he asked me to get for him, and then I'm gonna start driving out there, and we're gonna meet up around 3:30, 4, and I told him I have to leave by 6 so I could get home and beat the darkness, because it gets dark now at like 8:15, 8:30. So as long as I'm hitting the road by around 6, that'll be great. So yeah, not that I like can't drive in the dark, it's just a road I'm not super familiar with, and it's major moose season right now, and moose just love running across the road, and I would literally total my entire car if I hit a moose. Like, it would be absolutely devastating. So that's why I don't really want to drive in the dark on a road that I'm not like 100% familiar with. Like around here, fine. That like, I've lived here my entire life. I know these roads like the back of my hand. Like, it's not a big deal. But like this one specific highway, I've never driven myself. So I just want to make sure that like, you know, do this properly, you know? So anyways, I just wanted to tell y'all that I'm like kicking my feet and screaming. I'm just like, oh my god, here we go. So yeah, that should be fun. I shall keep y'all informed. I'm gonna try to get up at like 9 at the very latest tomorrow to get my chores done, because I'm gonna be gone like all afternoon. So I just need to put all my laundry away and all that, and that'll be that. So anyways, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm so tired, and we'll chat tomorrow. Hey, not the update we want or the update we need, but it is the update I have. I don't know what that intro is. Yeah, not doing well. I'm already falling apart. So, so essentially, the guy I've been talking to for like a month, we had plans yesterday to meet up, and it's like a 2-hour drive for me because he's working like 3.5 hours away from me from where I live. So we had made plans to meet in this little town. I think I've told you guys that. And so we had made plans, and it was like a 2-hour drive for me. And so we had picked a time. So I figured, okay, well, we have a decided place and time. I'm just gonna be there. And he'd asked me to pick him up a thing or two from where I live, because he doesn't have, like, there's not a lot of stores where he's working. So I did that, and I drove out there. It's a very long way. There's lots of construction I had to stop at and stuff. And so I finally get there, and I just pull off into like a gas station, and I text him, hey, where you at? Like, are you on your way, or are you here? And so I never heard from him. And I called him, and nothing. And finally, I think the call must have, like, you know, made him realize he had messages, because then he texted me like, oh my gosh, I just woke up. And so he works nights. So like, it would make sense that he wouldn't be waking up till like the afternoon. And he's like, oh, I just woke up. And I'm like, well, so that means that I essentially drove here for no reason, because it would take him an hour and a half to drive to where we were meeting. And by then I would be having to leave, essentially, because I told him I'll give you like 2 to 3 hours, you know, to hang out and stuff, and then I have to be home by 8. So I told him, let's meet at like 3 or 4, and then I'll leave by 6 so I could be home by 8 before the sun sets, because I just want to be home by then so I could get ready for work and stuff. And so I'm like, so basically this is just a wasted trip for me. He's like, well, you should have waited to hear from me. I'm like, well, I thought we had agreed upon time. When we have an agreed upon time in place, I expect you to hold up to that. But apparently I'm not worth it, because then he texted me this morning that he works nights 14 hours, 6 days a week, and I just don't think it's gonna work, and he doesn't see himself leaving where he's working anytime soon. And he said, I'd be all in, but even on my off days, I'd have to drive almost 4 hours to come see you. It would just be too hard. It's like, are you kidding me? Like, I know of so many guys who would hop on a plane and fly across the country to see their girl. You can't drive 4 hours to come see me on your day off? That's just too hard for you? Okay, yeah. So that was, of course, at like 10 a.m. and I'm just like crying at my desk. And so I hold it together enough to get some work done. And I'm just like, I have a tissue and I'm just like going between my eyes, you know, just like, okay, don't make your makeup run everywhere. And so I leave for lunch and I go just find somewhere to park to eat. And I'm literally just like sobbing, like I couldn't control it. I'm like, well, I definitely can't go back to work now because I literally look like I've been sobbing my eyes out, which I have. So I texted my supervisor that I'm just not going to be there the rest of the afternoon. So now I'm home and feeling awful. I'm just mad that like we had a plan, okay? And I figure I shouldn't have to keep texting you asking where you at if we have a plan and a time. Like, you should want this as much as I do to make it happen, you know? And it just makes me so mad that I wasted so much gas. I wasted an entire half a tank of gas on the idea of seeing him. And at first I wasn't gonna text him any of how I felt, but I'm like, you know what? Whether he reads it or not, I don't care. I feel better having got it off my chest. So like I texted him like, I did really care about you, okay? I really truly did. I used an entire half a tank of gas just on the idea of seeing you. I even had a little thought in my head, I bet you he's not going to be there. And I knew that. I knew that was a possibility considering at the other times that we've tried to hang out, something's come up for him unexpectedly and he never seems to make it happen. So I figured that was going to happen. I still drove anyway, just on the idea that I could possibly see him. And then I bought you stuff, dude. Now I have it in my car. What am I gonna do with that? It's not stuff that I need or care about. I'm probably just gonna throw it away because like, well, there's $35 down the drain plus, let's say, probably $30 worth of gas that I used. And I spent $15 at a gas station to get snacks because I was saving my appetite to eat with him, and that didn't go through, so I literally like went and just grabbed a bunch, spent $15 on snacks. So I essentially pretty much wasted $100 yesterday just on the hope of seeing him. And it makes me so mad. And so like I texted him all that and it's like I'm genuinely like not mad at him. I mean, I'm just disappointed that these are the kinds of guys that exist in our day and age. Like I really am not happy with dating. This is why I've avoided dating for so long. Like I did date a little bit in like high school, but it was, you know, I don't know. It didn't feel like this. Like it just felt so much easier, but I don't know. Dating as an adult just is like giving me nothing but heartbreak, and it's truly disheartening. But it just keeps proving to me that I need to just not be so attached so quickly. I mean, we've only been talking for like a month and we kept trying to make plans every single week and it was always him that could never make it work. So I kind of feel like he maybe just wasn't that interested, and he just said it's just too hard to have a relationship. It's like, it's really not, okay? And I say that because my dad was in the same situation when he had met my mom. He was working nights and he was able to stay in contact with her and message her the whole time he was gone. And when he got back to town, because he was working out of town nights, and when he got back to town, he took her out and they started dating, and then now they've been married for like 20 years. So what happens? He just didn't want it to happen. That's the thing. Yeah, you can work those long hours, you can work nights, but you can make it work if you really cared. And he didn't, clearly. So I'm kind of happy to have the afternoon off to kind of do the things that I wanted to yesterday, but instead spent like 6 hours of my life driving around town, getting him things he asked for, and driving all the way to that little town and back. So I think I'm just going to maybe do some crafting and reading and hopefully stop crying soon because I'm getting dehydrated. But yeah, so yeah. We're doing great. I don't know why I get so attached so quickly. I mean, I don't know, I just really care about people that I see potential in, and like he had so much potential if he actually wanted this to work, and he clearly doesn't, and whatever. And I think I said I texted him this huge long text, which I probably shouldn't have done, but I don't care. I think he already blocked my number because it's actually not sending. It actually had to send as like a text message, not an iMessage. So whatever. I don't care if he received it or not. I honestly just feel better having it typed out and like in the universe, if you know what I mean. So yeah. And then my friends are just the best. kind of told them everything that happened, and they're just like so supportive. And then I was crying about that at work, and yeah, so trying to like subtly cry at work is honestly really hard. I was doing a really good job up until I left and was like able to be alone, and then that's when the flood works just boosh broke open. So yeah. Well, I really do need to get some reading done because it is very quickly dawning on me that I need to get my October book club book read really soon, actually, because we have our meeting the first week of October instead of the second like we normally do because people are busy. So I only have 1, 2, and like 2 weeks and a couple days to get our book club book read. But I'm still reading Fool's Errand and I'm still reading Belladonna, so if I can make progress in both of those today, that would be amazing. My goal is to get about 40% into Belladonna because I did the math. If I read 20% of the book every day, I've been listening to the audiobook at work, but if I listen to 20% every day, I'll get it done this week, and then I want to get Fool's Errand done. So I think just like some reading, some crafting, I'll get a workout in. And I think I just want to like stay home and just find a new show to watch because I finished The Perfect Couple the other day, which was honestly a phenomenal show. Highly recommend. So maybe I'll find a new show to watch. I tried watching that like Mormon show that everyone's obsessed about, and like I don't know. I don't really get the drama because I'm not on TikTok, so I have no clue what even the drama was about. I love me a drama show, so I was trying to get into it, but I'm really not into it. And the girls are just really catty and mean, and I'm not a fan. So I don't think I'll be watching that, but maybe something else. But I also have a Diet Dr. Pepper that I got from the gas station yesterday and some chocolate covered pretzels. That was my dinner yesterday. It was a soggy sandwich from a gas station, chocolate covered pretzels, and a Diet Dr. Pepper. Not what I was expecting or hoping for, but also where I drove to, I think has like taxes or something because it was so expensive. It was like $15 for those 3 things. I'm like, oh my god. I don't know, that just seemed outrageously expensive for like some pretzels, a sandwich, and a drink. Like, come on. I don't know. I think it's taxes because not everywhere in Alaska has sales tax. Actually, we don't have sales tax at all. Well, I don't know. Do we? Because some places I do get taxed in Alaska, but then some places I don't. So it's kind of weird. We don't have a statewide sales tax, I guess I should say, because it depends on where you go. But where I live, I don't have sales tax, but you go elsewhere and you do. So anyways, that was just, yeah, a lot of wasted money, and I'm upsetty spaghetti, clearly. So I think I'm gonna change into comfy clothes because I'm obviously still in my work attire, and I'm just gonna kind of take this as like a mental health day, even though I did technically work half a day. But I'm gonna call this a mental health afternoon and just kind of do all the relaxing things that I wanted to do yesterday but instead spent driving just for the hopes of seeing him. It's like, yeah, I'm not doing this ever again. Like, not dating. I'm gonna keep going, I guess, but I'm not gonna do this again. Like, unless you have a unless you, I don't know. I'm just not doing that again. Like, but also where he's working, very few people really are working who are my age, I would think. So it's like, okay, maybe I'm just gonna stick to guys who are in my town and not like that, because I'm not gonna be wasting all my gas just on the hopes of seeing someone again. That is devastating for my bank account and my car, because those roads are rough and I had to put my car through that, you know? So anyways, I'm gonna drown my sorrows in Dr. Pepper and chocolate, as one does, and I'll try to chat with you all later. Hi friends, it is still Monday. I'm feeling a lot better. I just wanted to come on here and just like let you know I'm feeling a lot better. I'm very angry now for having wasted my time, energy, leave, gas in my car on this man, or should I say boy, because he's no man in my book. So anyways, I'm feeling better. I actually went outside in the rain and did a running workout on Peloton, which is really cool. They have like audio workouts, so you don't have anything to watch, you just listen. And I got to try out my new sports bra, like my new running sports bra and running shorts, and it was such a comfortable run. I think that's like the best I've felt on a run, which I'm not really a runner girly just because I have been so overweight my whole life that like running has just been a terrible experience for me. But I'm at the lightest weight I've been in like years and years and years. So running now feels so much easier. And that was honestly so refreshing. Like, it was raining, I got covered in mud and leaves and stuff, but it was so worth it. It just felt good to get some fresh air and get rained on, and I don't know, it just felt really refreshing and very much needed. So I did that this evening, and then I've kind of gotten back into my new nightly routine, which I had kind of given up on because I was dedicating all my mental space to this idiot. But we're getting back into it, okay? We're getting back into working out. We're getting back into working on like my mental health book stuff that I've been doing. Getting back into my nonfiction book because I was reading a little bit of this every night. So I'm back to reading this. This is probably one of the best nonfiction books I've ever read. And I'm not much of a nonfiction girly, but I'm really trying to pick up more nonfiction and try to read like one a month if possible. Just on things that I'm interested in. So like, this is one that I'm really interested in. I've been really wanting to read more about like Ozempic and this surge of weight loss drugs and stuff going on currently. So this has been an absolutely fascinating read, and I'm honestly learning a lot. And then one that I checked out recently from the library, and this will probably be my next read, is Unmasking Autism by Devin Price. And I've been wanting to read this because honestly, this is crazy to actually say out loud. I don't think I've ever said this out loud. I almost wonder sometimes if I'm not autistic, honestly, just from some of the mannerisms I have and the way I am sometimes. So like, you know, there's those things of like those self-diagnosis things on Instagram, and I'm like, yep. And like, obviously that's not like a true diagnosis, and this is not also a true diagnosis. But I also went on like this official website, I forget what it's called. If I remember, I'll try to link it down below, but it's like a whole bunch of like pretty accurate tests on whether you're autistic or not. And when I took them, which was a couple months ago, I scored pretty high. Like, I'm like, you know, a high functioning autistic person is what those tests basically said. And it's just, ever since I took those tests, I've been really wanting to read more about it and maybe eventually get like an actual diagnosis, if that's even a thing. But I'm really scared for an actual diagnosis because I somehow got roped into watching a video on YouTube of this lady who suspected she was autistic, and she went and got like official testing done, and she was just like sobbing her eyes out, and I'm like, me too. I would be too, but it's kind of made me like, maybe I don't want to know. But at the same time, I feel like I should know if it is a thing or not. And actually, my mom has even asked me one time, like there was one time, I don't know, I did something or said something, and she's like, are you autistic? And I was so offended at the time, okay? Like, I was so offended. And now I'm like, you know, maybe you were onto something. But anyways, so I checked this one out, and this one's not due for like a whole month, and I'm really interested to read about this one. So yeah, it's also really short. I'm loving short nonfiction. I don't know, I feel like all nonfiction is usually pretty short, but I also still have that Sounds Like Misophonia book I want to read, but I own that one, so like I'm not too concerned about like getting to it right away. But I have been utilizing my library a lot recently because my library has everything I want to read at the moment. If I can't find it on Libby, sometimes I can find it at like the physical library, which has been amazing. And I think I told you, my in-person like real physical library had a huge renovation done and recently opened up, I think in like June or July. And I love how it looks in there. There's a cafe now, and there's a used bookstore, and I haven't checked that out yet, and I don't know why, but they completely revamped how they do online holds. They made a specific section for it, which is so nice. So I just walk into the library. It's literally like the first thing you see. I can go grab my books, and I walk over to a little self-checkout thing. I check out my books, and I'm out of there, and I don't gotta talk to nobody. I don't know, I just get a lot of anxiety talking to like customer service people sometimes, like a Barnes & Noble or something. And it's also saving me a bunch of money because this book alone was $30 and I didn't pay for it. And also, I don't know if I would reread some of these books, which is also why I want to get them from the library, along with saving money, because I'm in a severe, you know, budget right now. Like, I'm really sticking to my budget. And I still am. I may have bought something today, but it was completely justified because I got invited to a party. I keep getting invited to parties from like my book club besties, and it literally makes me want to cry because I'm like, you guys want me to be there? Like, I don't know. So, actually, one of my book club besties' wife is having a birthday party in October, and I guess she specifically wanted me to come, and I'm like, oh, and like, I know her, like, I know who she is. She's a sweetie, cutie patootie, and she comes to book club occasionally, and I've been to their house a couple of times for parties and stuff, and I'm just like, oh, she wants me there. Like, yeah. I'm tearing up because he texted me. He's like, yeah, she specifically asked for you to be there. Because I texted him privately, like, yo, what is she like for like gift stuff? So I can like get her a gift or something. He's like, yeah, she specifically wanted you there. I'm like, oh my God. So she's asked everyone to wear a wig. So I was debating going crazy with the wig, but I decided on this beautiful, like, long red wavy wig. It's like this like dark, like, maroon color. It's honestly stunning. Like, I feel like I'm just gonna be a baddie in this wig. It's gorgeous. So I ordered that, and 2 more of my favorite eyeliner that I wear every day, which literally cost like 95 cents. I'm not even kidding, it's so cheap. It's the Wet n Wild Color Icon Kohl eyeliner pencil, and I get it in Sima Brown is what I wear every single day. And then I ordered 1 black eyeliner for that specific look. I just think black with like the red would be gorgeous. And also ordered some, it's called desiccant bags. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's for my new automatic pet feeder for the cat that just helps keep their food fresh while it's in there. But yeah, I did place that, but I'm still within budget. I'm counting that as groceries because technically I do need eyeliner because I wear that every day. That's like a necessity for work, you know? And yeah, so I'm feeling a lot better. I just wanted to come on here and let you know I'm fine. I just am a very deeply emotional person, and when I do start talking to someone, I do not take that lightly. I'm trying to work on not getting so attached before we've even had a first date, but I don't know. I'm just a very empathetic and very deeply, you know, emotional person, so that's really hard for me to do. Like, when you're my friend or you're in a relationship with me, I'm like gonna be so there for you. Like, I'm gonna be your #1 supporter. You come to me for anything and everything, and I will do anything and everything I can to make everything work. You know, that's who I am. Like, besties, if you got something going on, I'm gonna be there so quick, you're not even know, it's gonna be amazing. So like, that's just who I am, and like, I wish I could change that and like be a little bit more detached, but at the same time, it's like, that's who I am. But I also have to remember I am secure. Like, you know, there's different attachment styles, and I definitely would say, at first, I was a very anxious attachment style girly at first, when I first started this whole dating journey. But now, after having talked and having so many failed talking stages for the past couple of months, I'm definitely much more secure. Like, I don't need you in my life. That's what I've concluded. Like, I do not need any of you in my life. I would like you to be, but you're not gonna be my whole life, and you don't need to be in it. I'm inviting you into my life, you know? Like, honey, I got so many hobbies and things to keep myself busy. I got a house to take care of. I got cats and fish to take care of, books to read, journaling to do, painting, diamond painting, coloring, knitting, watching TV shows. Like, I can keep myself occupied for weeks, months, years, okay? So I'm trying to like remind myself of that mindset. Like, you do not need this person. You would like to have this person in your life, but they are not a necessity, okay? It's really hard for my brain to comprehend that sometimes. But anyways, again, I am fine. Yeah, I'm gonna go get ready for bed. It's a little past 9. I'm ready to read more of Fool's Errand. Y'all should be proud of me. I did utilize this afternoon very, very well. I started a new show. I decided to start watching You on Netflix. I don't know. I'm ready for a new show, and that one like popped up, and I'm like, sure, let me watch it. That first episode was wild. Oh my gosh, wild. So I'm enjoying that, but I'm currently 423 pages into Fool's Errand, so I should definitely be able to finish this book this week. For real this time. So I'm so scared though, because there is something going on with one of the characters in this book that is making me so incredibly anxious. Something terrible is gonna happen. I just know it. I mean, it's Robin Hobb. Obviously something terrible is gonna happen because that's what she does. She brings emotional damage. Always. So I know it's gonna happen at some point. And I kind of think I know who it's going to happen to, but I'm still just like, oh my god, oh my god. So I'm freaking out. And then I also made it to my goal for today in Belladonna, and I feel like I'm just reading this book to get it over with at this point, which is probably not a good thing. I do like the writing style. I'm just not really interested in the plot or the characters, which is unfortunate. But the writing is good. I'm just kind of just reading it to get it over with, which, again, terrible mindset. So, like I said, I'm going to get ready for bed now. And, oh, I also filled out my sample ballot because there is local elections going on where I live in October. So I went ahead and worked on that today because I've been meaning to. I like to print out a sample ballot and have that with me when I go vote because I am terrible with names and trying to remember, like, wait, did I like this person or that person? I don't know. You know, so I would rather have the sample ballot so I know. Especially also there's a proposition on the back, and I'd like, you know, I always do research on what that is, what it will do, and I did my research tonight and I picked my answer for that. So that's a thing that's been bugging me. That doesn't happen for another like 2 weeks, October 1st, but I still just like to get it done now, you know? So I did all my research on the people that I wanted to go for or not, and yeah, so that's been bugging me. I'm glad to have gotten that done. And yeah, so for the 5th time, I am done. And I will chat with you all later this week at some point. My cousin is going to be staying with my parents for just like one night. She's just like basically using my parents' house as like a little pit stop on her way home, but I'm gonna maybe try to give her a house tour tomorrow because she hasn't seen my house because last time she was here I was still living with my parents. So that's exciting. She's also a big bookworm. She's the one who made me read the Raven Boys series. I basically read the whole series while she stayed with my parents for like a week last time she was here a couple years ago, and so she has a very good reading taste, clearly. So I'm excited to show her my new bookshelves and stuff. So I might pick up the house a bit tomorrow before dinner and stuff. I might go to my parents' house for dinner, and then she might come back with me and I'll show her the house because she hasn't seen it, because she's actually gonna be staying in my old room at my parents' house, which looks completely different than when I was staying there, but super cute. And yeah, so that should be it for tomorrow, really. And then this week, I do start dog sitting this week. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot about that. So that's gonna be crazy. That's gonna make it really busy because I have to go there 4 times a day. I have to go there in the morning, at lunch, after work, and then like before I go to bed. So it's gonna be a little crazy. So this vlog might actually be a little bit shorter because I just realized that. Holy cow. I don't start till the 19th. And it's the 16th, so like I got some time, but that is very quickly approaching. And then yeah, I have so much dog sitting, cat sitting, house sitting going on in the next like 3 months. I need it though, because I need the extra money for that tattoo, but still, oh my gosh. Anyways, toodaloo. Wow, my forehead is like shinier than anything I've ever seen. Wow. Also, this angle's really weird. Is that better? I promise I'm wearing a shirt, okay? It doesn't look like it from here. Like, it looks like I'm just wearing this sweater. I have this on, okay? I promise. Actually, hold on. Okay, not me giggling. We're gonna stop that. I'm not gonna say why. We're not, no. I feel like I just need to not put it out in the universe when something good is happening anymore, because every time I do, the universe is like, bam, done, ruined it, squish it like a bug. I'm like, wow, emotional damage. So I'm not gonna put it out there while there's a giggling looking at my phone. We're not doing that. Cause have we seen the past like 7 million times I've done this in these vlogs? yeah. Also, I do want to say I saw a comment, it made me laugh the other day on one of my videos that I don't talk about books enough and I shouldn't call these vlogs reading vlogs. And maybe you're right, but I do talk about what I'm currently reading, and I think that's like good enough to call it a reading vlog, especially because your girl simply cannot read right now. But I'm actually getting back into it. I'm actually almost done with 2 books. Like, a miracle. She knows how to read. So, apologies if these are too lifestyle-y, too chatty, but I'm not going to rename them. Sorry. Not sorry. So, I have book mail, and we're going to open it together. And, oh, my phone is ringing, so hold on. This is so chaotic, but welcome to the vlog, clearly. What was I doing? Package. So, this is not going to work. Case and point. These never work, and it's, oh, okay, now it works. I have been waiting for this book for literal weeks. I don't know what Barnes & Noble has done recently, but they've done something recently to make their shipping so slow. Like, this book came out at the beginning of September. It's taken like almost 2 weeks to get here. My girl. But, I'm so excited. We have The Ending Fire, which is the final, sadly, the final book in the Ending Fire trilogy. This has been one of the best fantasy series I've ever read. I'm not even kidding. It's so good. The characters are incredible. The plot, the world building, the magic system. It's just perfection. So I'm itching, dying, screaming, throwing up, wanting to read this, and I will be reading it hopefully soon, but I have some obligations to get to before this one. But I did just use a credit on Libro to get myself the audiobook so I could do a little follow along moment, and I'm so incredibly excited. These covers are also just absolutely stunning, and I love that I actually know each of the characters that are on the books. I just love that because, like, they'll put people on the cover on books and I'll be like, I have no clue who that is. But for this series, I'm like, I know exactly who all of y'all are. So I know for a fact that this is Hassa, and I know that the first book is Scylla and the second book is Anor. And I'm just like obsessed that I actually know that. So anyways, like I said, really excited. This is actually looking shorter. Okay, let's see if I can look at the page number, the last page, without seeing what it says. Okay. It says about the type, it says about the author, acknowledgements, glossary. Okay, I'm not going to go much further than the glossary because I don't want to spoil myself, because I would read it. It's under 500 pages, which is interesting because the second book was like over 500, but I'm sure it'll be great. I trust Sarah El-Arifi to bring this whole series together and make it perfection. There's also going to be another Fae-bound book, I believe, in the beginning of 2025, and I will be immediately purchasing that as soon as it comes out. I'm actually going to try something new. I want to try not pre-ordering books in the future. Like, I'm going to keep some of the pre-orders that I have now because I've already like done that, but I really want to try to go to Barnes & Noble on release day and buy the book, because then I wouldn't have to wait 2 weeks, because I could just go to my Barnes & Noble, they should have it stocked, and I could just go pick it up. So I'm going to try that from here on out and see if I like that any better. But anyways, as for reading, I'm almost done with Belladonna. I'm having a great time. It was feeling like a 2.5, 3-star read, honestly. And then I finally like started paying attention to it. And I'm like, oh, you know what? This is really fun. This is a fun, silly, goofy time. Like, it's trying a little too hard to be serious, I think, because like this girl's in love with Death, and Death is like a character. I'm like, girl, be so for real. Like, you would not be in love with Death, like, for real. So it's just, it's like a silly, goofy time, you know? Hold on, my feet are falling asleep. We need to like sit up. Okay, so it's just a silly, goofy, girly pop time, and I'm having a great time with it. So reading that, and then I have like 100-ish pages left of Fool's Errand, and I'm just heartbroken. Nothing has really happened yet. But I just know that these next 100 pages are gonna be the death of me, because that's what Miss Hobb does. And I'm like, do I even want to continue? Do I want to? Do I dare? But I will, because I have to know what happens. And so I did go ahead and recommend the Robin Hobb universe to my cousin who was visiting yesterday because she was staying with my parents for just a single night, basically just a pit stop so she can go home because she's been working in another part of Alaska for the summer, which is really cool. So I hung out with her yesterday, and she has amazing book taste, by the way. And she's the one who had me read the entire Raven Cycle series. I think I've told you this like 3 times. I'm so sorry if I keep repeating myself. I don't remember what I say in these vlogs. Okay, so if I just repeat myself constantly, it's because I have a pea brain. I got 2 brain cells that barely function, and I have no clue what I'm saying. So I recommended her the Robin Hobb universe, and I'm like, you will be emotionally devastated in the best way possible. She's like, fantastic. And then she had told me that, I asked her like what she's been currently reading, and she said that she read Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that was such a fun time. Like I think I need to reread that because I don't think I was paying enough attention to it, but it was definitely fun. So I recommended her my all-time favorite series of all time, which is the Lady Trent series. I haven't talked about that series in so long on my channel, but it is my absolute favorite series. I really need to do a reread of it because it's just phenomenal. Like that is my perfect book. Like there's nothing I would change about those books. They are perfection to me. So anywho's, that's all I really got for reading. I'm hoping to finish Belladonna tonight because I think I have like an hour and a half left of the audiobook. So if I get my workout done in a timely manner, I could just pop in the audio, do my little nightly chores, get her done, and I'll finally have finished a book this week because it just feels like I never finish anything anymore. At least I'm not starting a bunch of books. That's when it gets problematic. When I'm in a slump and I just keep picking up books and not finishing them, that's when I get really annoyed. So yeah, I'm gonna go get changed out of work clothes because I swear at the end of the day, everything's just overstimulating. Like I don't want to wear my belt anymore. Like this shirt is bothering me. Like it's not necessarily uncomfortable, like it's been comfortable all day, but just as soon as I get home, like I'm sick of wearing these earrings, you know, I'm just like, ugh, I'm sick of it. I need comfy clothes. So gonna do that. I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna read. That's the plan for tonight, besties. So I'm gonna go and I shall chat with you all later. Good morning, friends. It is Friday morning, obviously very early because I don't even look awake, but it is like 6:20 in the morning on Friday, and I realized, oh, my hair looks crazy as usual, but I realized that I have a very, very busy day. Wow. I have a very busy day ahead of me, and I know I'm not gonna have time to close out this vlog or remember, likely. So I thought, well, I have a few minutes this morning, let me do that and give you some reading updates. So I'm very happy to announce that I started and finished a book yesterday at work, and I listened to the entirety of A Kingdom of Stars and Shadows by Holly Renee, and I was not expecting this little romantasy book to be so incredibly spicy. Like, wow. There was a scene in this book that is one of the weirdest, like, steamy scenes I've ever read in my life, and I had to talk to the bestie group chat about this. I'm like, what did I just read? And people are like, yeah, that's the wildest scene I've like ever read. I'm like, I don't know what to think. So I think I've settled on like a 3.5 star rating for this one. I liked it. I thought it was fun. Definitely a really fast read, so I liked that, but I personally don't think I'll be continuing with the series, but it ticked the box for Magical Readathon. I think this checks off 2 prompts for me. So looking at Magical Readathon, I think I just have 2 more books to read, but I already spent some guild points to let me finish whenever because I know for a fact I wasn't going to be able to complete all the books this month because I'm just not reading as much as I used to. So like reading 10 books in a month is like impossible. Like reading 5 is maybe doable if I'm actually in the reading mood. So I'm just truly not reading as much as I used to back in the day, which I have no problems with because I'm busier, it seems, and I just am really enjoying other things as well. So yeah, I'm really happy to have finished that. I wasn't expecting to finish it so soon. So today at work, I'm gonna start another audiobook because it's kind of a slow time right now, and the projects that I'm working on are pretty much just data entry, so I don't need a whole lot of brain power to do that. So I'm thinking of starting Serpents in the Wings of Night as my next audio because that's also from Magical Readathon, but we'll just kind of see what I'm in the mood for once I get to work. I do also need to read my October book club pick for my in-person book club because we have our meeting like a whole week earlier than normal, so I only have like a week and some change to read it. So I need to listen to that, but I kind of want to finish Fool's Errand before getting into that book because I want to make that like my physical read because I also have the library book. But yeah, so I started dog sitting for my coworker yesterday, and I will be dog sitting for the weekend and a couple days into next week. So it's gonna be a little crazy because I have to go to her house 4 times a day. So I'm gonna go there this morning before work, I go there at lunch, I go after work, and then she gets let out before bed. So it's a little hectic, but it's not too bad, and she lives fairly close to me, so it's not like too much of a drive. It's like 10 minutes away. So yeah, but tonight my plan is after work, I'm gonna go pick up dinner for myself and then go to my coworker's house and just kind of hang out with her dog and spend time with her so she's not just completely alone so much. So my plan was to just spend like, you know, 3 or 4 hours there with her and probably come home at like 9:30 tonight. So I'm not gonna get any of my chores done, which is fine. I can skip them for a week. Is not gonna hurt anything. And then tomorrow is gonna be super busy. I have a haircut appointment. My mom and I are gonna go into town and do things. I need to do a bunch of chores in this house because I'm not gonna do them today, and it's just gonna be a little chaotic. Hopefully Sunday will be super chill. I don't want to do anything but work on crafts, read books, and just chill. That's all I want to do. So we'll see if any of that happens, but you'll hear all about that in the next vlog. But Fool's Errand is freaking me out, y'all, because I only have, I think, under 100 pages left. And I'm just not ready. I'm not ready for whatever trauma Robin's just gonna like throw in my face. So I'm going to finish it in the next vlog. So look forward to that. And I think that's it for this vlog. I don't really have any other update, but yeah. So thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope this vlog was enjoyable. Hopefully I talked about reading enough because I'm calling these reading vlogs. I don't care. And I will see you all in another video soon. Goodbye.